Have you ever wondered how wealthy people are able to sustain their wealth? In this video, let's learn about one of the rich mentality ways they use, avoiding unneeded expenses that might not be as obvious as you once thought. Most people think that those who are rich have the money to spend on whatever they want, which at face value this may be true, but their actions and their mindset would have this furthest from the truth. Those with a rich mentality all have this one thing in common: avoiding unnecessary spending. Even with millions in the bank or even in their pockets, they go for the deals in life, live the simple life, and focus on necessities, not wants. In essence, they spend consciously even when they can afford not to. Let's go over 7 expenses that those with a rich mentality avoid at all costs. Welcome to Rich Mentality. If you're interested in improving your financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this video is helpful. Number 1. Debt repayments. The number one expense that those with a rich mentality normally avoid is debt repayments. This includes interest of any kind, owed to anyone or any entity. Leverage is a tactic we won't discuss in this video, however it is used by the rich to get richer. That will be for another video though. Your average Joe debtor is just not the same. Many are being wrecked by expensive mortgages, buying above their means, or taking out too much debt for formal education. Those with a rich mentality know that taking someone else's money for an investment comes with risk, and they can lose some or all of the initial balance of that debt. They stay away from credit cards, car loans, and certain mortgages unless the investment will outpace the interest rate being charged. Without a proper financial contingency plan, debt repayment is an expense that will cripple your financial life and possibly ruin all hope of achieving financial freedom in any way. Toxic debt is easy to get into and very hard to get out of. Let's look at college debt, for example. How long does it take an average college graduate to repay the average student loan of $26,900? According to the Department of Education, this can be as long as 20 years. Which is 5 times or more than the average program length. During this entire time, it is accumulating in interest as well, which means you will pay back more than you initially borrowed. The rich mentality will keep you from borrowing and going into debt. However, if the rich borrow, it is normally a calculated strategy to leverage and make more money from that debt. Warren Buffett put it best, quote, "If you're smart, you're going to make a lot of money without borrowing," end quote. Expense number 2, designer brands. You'll probably never believe me when I tell you this, but I am 33 years old now, and I can honestly tell you I've spent no more than $3,000 to $4,000 on clothing in my entire lifespan. You heard me right, and this includes everything: shoes, belts, everything. On the high end, that is roughly $270 a year on clothing for myself. Some people spend that in one outing. Those with a rich mentality know that you don't need to look rich, you just need to be rich in order to have financial freedom. It's not about the money, it is about the freedom you have to now not only spend time with your family, but take that $100 you saved on that pair of shoes you didn't need, invest a third of it, purchase a pair of shoes for yourself with another third of it, and for the final third, give a pair of shoes to a family member. You simply do not need to be a victim to designer brands and toxic debt. Think of the infamous wardrobe of Steve Jobs. Expense number 3, expensive real estate. Rich mentality will keep you in check and ward off the need to live in a lavish place. Self-made millionaires and the rich are overly deliberate when it comes to home ownership and mortgages. Believe it or not, millionaires are 3 times more likely to live in homes priced around $300,000 than $1 million and above. Because even if they had millions, they will choose assets over liabilities. If you're economically conscious, you know that living in $1 million house or neighborhood paves the way for even more expenses. This will compromise wealth accumulation and the rich mentality. Always go for the best deals so your equity increases over time. Warren Buffett has lived in the same house since 1958. Expense number 4, TV subscriptions and video games. You'll absolutely never see most millionaires and those with a rich mentality spending their time watching shows or playing video games. The average millionaire spends no more than 60 minutes a day in front of a TV. However, the average person spends upwards of 5 to 7 hours a day in front of a TV. What kind of knowledge, skills, experiences, and wealth could be drummed up with 5 to 7 hours a day? It's absolutely insane. There's also been a study that looks at median household income in comparison to TV watch time. Households with a net worth of $25,000 or less had high TV watch times. However, households with a net worth of $75,000 or higher had lower TV hours consumed. I know people that literally have upwards of double-digit subscriptions. All this does is sap you of your time, energy, and money. Video game consumption has all the same negative impact. Do you enjoy watching shows or playing video games? So then it's not all negative impact, and I can respect that. However, keep that rich mentality in check. I've played on and off the same free video game for almost 10 years and have also never spent a dime on it. Not a single one. Expense number 5, flashy cars and expensive flights. Up until now, you've probably been thinking, besides flying business class, the rich also drive the most luxurious cars. Well, most of the time, that's just not the case. Wealthy people have been caught numerous times driving the most basic cars that you and I can afford easily. Including ditching the more expensive flight tickets for economy ones, expensive cars like the expensive home we mentioned earlier will also increase unneeded expenses in relation with the already expensive purchase. High maintenance costs, stress of your baby getting dinged up, needless car accessories that will more than likely be inflated like branded clothing. I have a paid off Ford Focus that I can almost happily spill things in or accidentally scratch without being stressed. A general rule of thumb is never spend more than 10% of your income on a vehicle, and always look through the lens of asset and liability. A car depreciates fast, extremely fast if you buy it brand new. Another study showed that 60% of billionaires drive Fords, Toyotas, and Hondas. Expense number 6, fast food. Another common expense that the rich mentality will help you avoid is fast food. The rich mentality will have you opt for more frugal dining options, as well as the overall healthier mindset and lifestyle. You will feel more inclined to circumvent the overly processed, easy, and fast foods for grocery shopping and cooking, and even put a little extra time into shopping for deals and with coupons. When I first began my rich mentality journey, I ate sandwiches for 2 years straight. I spent around $35 a week on food. This allowed me to save anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 in food costs in just 1 year. Expense number 7, costly formal education. Looking into the success stories of most rich people, you'll find out that formal education had very little to do with their wealth accumulation. Nearly a third of billionaires are college dropouts. I don't mean to discourage education, but the truth is, in the age of information, you can be self-taught in almost every way. You just need the rich mentality to be proactive and constantly strive for whatever your definition of success is. Continue to level up on tangible knowledge and skills that most formal education will never teach you. Graduates spend almost 20 years servicing debts. Focus more on a wholesome personal development with a rich mentality. Stay tuned to the channel and become more comfortable with the rich mentality with each video. Thanks for watching.